Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I always want to say that. Hope everyone is doing well. You joined me on Saturday morning. Josh's mum, Denise, had Lola last night and we got a nice little sleep in this morning. Well, it's 7:30. Is that a sleep in? It is for me. We are going to go and have breakfast with my dad and my cousin this morning. It's a really beautiful day today. Birds are out, the sun is shining, so we're gonna go and make the most of it. I'll take you along with my little I'll take you along with my little morning routine this morning so you can see what I usually get up to. But first I need to make coffee.
Oh really? You just woke up.
We're vlogging today.
Good morning.
Are you so excited?
Yeah, I'm just waking up. What time did you get up?
7:30.
Nice.
I'll let you have caffeine before I subject you to it.
I've got leche.
Okay, I'm very excited about this. My cousin and I have decided we're going to go jump in the ocean before we have breakfast. So my dad is not as keen, so he is going to stay with the dog. My cousin's bringing his dog Pippa, and yeah, we're going to go for an ocean swim before we eat. So I'm excited. Helicopter! Helicopter!
Welcome to dinner.
So we were going to film our Q&A tonight, but it's extremely windy outside and we were going to do it out on the balcony, but we're going to wait till tomorrow because we're too tired anyway. So we've just made a little healthy Caesar salad and some virgin mojitos. And we're going to watch Love Island. And I've never been happier in my life, to be honest.
Wow.
Why are you filming me in the mirror?
It's cool. I've seen you twice.
If you're wondering, I'm using Myer. Lola's asleep. Right there. But if you're wondering if I'm using a palette knife for Sam, because I don't have any brushes. And this is a bit sticky. This is Clinique Pore Refining Solutions Charcoal Mask. Josh is also going to do this. Aren't you, honey? Whilst being sensitive.
You get it.
Can't laugh because it's
Don't go
like
there.
this.
You can do my whole head.
I don't know, where do you stop? I don't mean it nastily, I mean it.
There.
Okay.
My hair once was. It's going to get like real hard and dark.
So that you want to make sure you don't get in your beard. So bad. Oh, that's how everything looks. I feel like accents are one of my talents.
If
Mabri.
you can say like 5 words. 5 words doesn't make you good at South African accent.
Or Spanish. My favorite.
It's not a Spanish accent.
What is it? What do you mean?
We have to be speaking Spanish to have a Spanish accent.
That's what I mean.
Oh.
What do you think I meant? You can tell by the way.
Shut up. Shut up. Actually.
Okay. You can tell by the way she drink a soda pop. And she's good. That's it.
I'm sweating.
Same as homie. Scotland? Scottish?
I can't describe it.
I'm from Scotland.
Where is he? Did a better job on you than
What?
did Red. What? I swear I went to put it in and then I dropped it back when I realised it was a frog.
Sugar.
Did it taste any different?
Like if it came out of your mouth?
Mm.
I don't think so.
Stop it. Oh wow.
Lola is not here. She's with my mum. We're gonna do the Q&A. Question number 1. What's your favourite random thing the other person does on a regular basis?
Random thing that you do.
Who dat? Oh, your mum. I mean, it's broad for me, to be honest.
You do a few random things. You randomly sing songs that get stuck in my head, which is a fun time.
What?
Leave cupboard doors open.
That's not... You don't enjoy that.
Yeah, I do, because it's you.
I'm not gonna go in the funny direction.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go for like randomness of like thoughtful things. Like you were talking about, like I came home the other week and Josh had set up like a fake, like a spa type scenario. Acting like this place was the spa and I was staying here, like cute things like that. Making me little treats. How has becoming parents affected your relationship? Not at all.
Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna say.
Oh, I was kidding.
Really? Oh.
Affected our relationship? Of course it has.
In the sense that we don't do what we used to do as much,
It's-
but the way we treat each other and stuff
Yeah,
has not
it's
changed at all.
Becoming parents made us 1,000 times closer, if that was even humanly possible.
Mm.
And yeah, we definitely have like a bond, like an unbreakable type of bond.
But we don't like sleep in on Sundays and then go get breakfast
Yeah.
and then go shopping and spend money.
Yeah. And it's kind of affected us in that like there's less alone time, there's less date nights, there's less...
It's more what we do, not
Yeah.
how we...
I think the biggest thing is because you're so go and because you're so tired too,
Sorry.
you definitely bicker more. Like we didn't really bicker before ever. Now we bicker like when I'm tired or when he's stressed or, you know, like right now Lola's teething and she's having a really hard time, but that impacts on you because you're exhausted, and when you're exhausted, you know. So we definitely, I would say we bicker a little bit more, but it's still quite...
Very low end.
Yeah. Like we're both so sensitive that we can't argue. He's more sensitive than me though,
Please.
which I never thought I would say. You are.
You think
You're a sensitive little soul.
admitting it is the first step, honey.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
please. Yeah, I don't think it's changed how you and I are with each other, other than what we're able to do with each
Yeah.
other. But yeah, it's impacted.
And it also shifts your perspective though. Like obviously before that you're each other's world.
Mm.
And then this little human comes in and they have to be, like they are your world. So they come first. So before we could put each other first, now we put Lola first.
But it's weird because like times like this, when she's with our parents, like I feel like you slip back into that role instantly.
Yeah, true. Who is funny and who is more angry? I'm funny.
Yeah, you're funny.
I keep joking and you're being serious.
No, you're funny.
I am actually, like, hilarious.
I have random bursts of
I was a joke, by the way, in case you didn't catch that. But
being funny, but yeah, you're...
yeah, that's probably one of the random things I love. Going back to that other question is, like, Josh has
Have
quite
to be
a
in the
dry
mood.
sense of humor, so you probably notice in the videos, like, that's what I was saying to him before, I was like, you come across, like, not the nicest in these videos, but he is actually really nice, I
I'm
promise.
lovely.
He is. He just has, like, a really dry sense of humor that you have to know him to understand, whereas I am just, like...
And I'm getting used to cameras, if I'm being honest.
yeah. Whereas I'm just, like, quite goofy and...
Yeah, but you're, I feel like, more open to making a fool of yourself within
100%.
Whereas I'm a bit too, yeah.
I have,
Sensible.
like, rubbed off on you, like, so much. Like, when I first met him,
It's hilarious.
you could not make fun of yourself.
No, not at all.
Now, as you would have seen in, like, some of my videos and stuff,
Rude to me.
you're much better.
What was the second part? Who's angrier?
Yeah.
Now's a really great time to ask that question. Because life is just giving us so many lemons. See, I don't think we're angry people. But we are angry
Yeah.
at the moment. We're
Yeah,
angry.
I would actually say that. Yeah.
But we're not angry people. Like, we don't
Yeah.
slam.
I think we just feel how everyone else would feel.
Absolutely.
Like, since COVID, yeah, it was just such a rough go, and now, like, obviously we have a house, and, like, interest rates just keep
I was
rising,
gonna
and the
say a
banks
little,
don't care about anybody, and everyone's just always trying to take your money, and
If anyone from the RBA is watching this, just stop it, actually.
health, like, yeah, it was just, like, health-wise, and lifestyle-wise, and financial, you know, stress, and
Which are granted all first world problems.
exactly,
They're
it's
problems
just
that
stuff
some
that,
people
yeah,
probably
it's
want to
just
have. But,
stuff that everyone, like, normal, everyday.
but when you're exhausted,
Yeah,
it's
when you're
tough.
exhausted, it makes you super angry. I've written more strongly.
Angry? I think frustrated. is the
Frustrated,
word.
yeah, frustrated.
But we do get angry, especially at Australian manager.
Yeah, don't get me started on the manager.
But to answer the question,
Josh.
yeah, no, definitely.
You reckon? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially if the roosters are on.
I'm a crier,
That's not angry.
so I cry when I'm frustrated. I don't get angry. I just,
Whereas I go
yeah,
quiet.
mine's more like a cry tantrum. This one was asked multiple times, how did we meet?
10 years in, I don't know even what the date is today.
10 years ago, the end of this month.
16 days.
10
So-
years.
I had been at uni for a week. Don't know where you were. And I turned up on the first day of the week. I don't think it was a Monday. I think it was like a Tuesday.
Yeah, it was a Tuesday.
And made my way into...
You haven't said where you were yet.
I will.
Lecture.
A lecture at uni. Walked in, had a look. I didn't know anyone.
Me either. You had been there like a week prior?
I did a day.
Yeah, I was like a late enroller, so I thought that I was quite behind, but
I can't remember what the day was the week before.
yeah, we were both sitting alone,
But I
and
walked
Josh was
in.
sat in front of me.
Yeah, the row in front, and I just randomly turned my head to see, if you know anyone, or because I knew that more people had turned up, because there was way more people in the lecture theatre than the week before.
Yep.
And right behind me was this one, and I straight away turned around and didn't do anything else.
Yeah, I gave him like a big smile. I was very keen to make
Red
friends.
lipstick, denim jacket, and I'm pretty sure a whitish t-shirt.
Can we talk about Mel circa 2013? Wearing red lipstick in the middle of the day to uni?
Yeah, got my attention.
Well, I was very into makeup at the time.
So yeah, I turned around and saw Mel and didn't see her for the rest of the
I
lecture.
just remember thinking like he had such a nice energy about him. Like I was like, I think I'm gonna be friends with him.
And he had a textbook and I didn't have a textbook, and I actually thought about going and sitting next to him and saying, can I share your textbook? But I wasn't that brave. At this stage though, it was like platonic. I just remember thinking, like obviously I thought he was really good looking, but it wasn't in my head wasn't like looking for a relationship, so I was just like, he seems nice. And then we went into our tutorial, which is like a small class at uni.
I feel like we should rewind it. I was incredibly shy.
Yeah.
Painfully
shy.
Yep.
And so I went to walk into the tutorial, and Josh, being 2013 Josh, bless him, was like 15 minutes early for the class. So it was just him in there. And I was like, I'm just going to be brave and go sit right next to him. Because I'm quite like outgoing and brave like that. Like I don't mind talking to people. So I walked in, sat in the chair next to him, literally this close.
Literally.
And he ignored me. So I wanted to die inside.
I didn't want to.
And then the class started and we were put into the same group. What Josh doesn't know, I don't know if I've ever told you this. At uni, the teachers just go like this and part you down the middle and say half that way, half that way. Our desk was actually in the center of the room, and the teacher parted us down the center of our desk and said, go like this, and then put them into groups from there. And I was meant to go to the other side.
Baddie.
But I went to his side.
Oh, wow.
And now that I think about it, I'm like, how was that? I was so like overly keen. Anyway, we got into a group together and he finally spoke to me. And afterwards, you walked me to my next class.
I did, but you spoke to me, so I kind of had to respond when you spoke to me.
And now here we are.
With a mortgage and a child.
Mm-hmm. 3 years married.
Not yet.
Not yet. Crazy though. Like if only you'd known that day you turned around that she was going to be your baby mama.
Well, obviously wasn't a nice, I can't even say pregnancy because it's gone on past that, but
Pregnancy.
the pregnancy early on, when it was just really the morning sickness.
Yeah. And
like,
fatigue.
And the fatigue, I was like, I kind of expected that pregnancy. Like, I didn't
You just assumed, like, we both just assumed I was just going to come good.
Yeah.
Like at the 12-week mark, and it would be all like...
Whereas fast forward towards the end of it, where I was just... It was like a guilt, but not a guilt, I guess. Kind of guilt that you had to go through it. Like, you can't do anything. Like, you can, obviously, to try and make life easier, but... Like, just didn't seem like anything was working.
Yeah.
And it was.
So for people that don't know, very briefly, I had something called SI joint pain, but very severe SI joint pain, to the point where I couldn't walk without a special support belt on. And when I would try and walk, there were multiple times where I would like collapse in the street. I couldn't stand up long enough to cook, so Josh had to cook almost the whole time, so I felt useless. Yeah, tailbone pain. Chronic tailbone pain. I couldn't sit. I couldn't... Oh my God, yeah. So many times in...
that was like...
It doesn't want to focus, hang on. Yeah, so many times in hospital.
That was 2 weeks after we found out.
Yeah, countless appointments, like... In the beginning, they thought that I was having an ectopic pregnancy, so they weren't sure if I would be able to keep the baby or not, so it was just...
We learned heaps.
Oh, yeah, still learning.
I knew you'd get through it, because that's you.
How did you know Melissa was the one, and when did you know Josh was the one?
Okay, I'm thinking of a word in my head.
No, don't
No, wait, let me think. So think about when, like, we realised that we were each other's person. Don't say it out loud. I'm going to try and think of the word. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. Mona. Yeah! We went on a little trip together, and we've both...
Was it New Year's?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
We had actually broken up, and quite recently got back together and then decided to go on that little holiday together. And we've both said multiple times, like, that was when we knew, yeah, that we were each
Hands
other's
down.
person. In the period when we were apart, we were still friends, so
Pretty much.
we just always had this like unbreakable,
Gravitated towards each other.
and that was just kind of like the final time that I was like, I don't like ever want to be away from you
You bought me a surfboard.
ever again. I did buy, why did I buy him a surfboard? Where is the surfboard? God only knows how much that cost me, and he wouldn't even know where it is.
Pretty sure it's it.
He surfed one time, so I thought I should buy him a surfboard.
I'm
That just
pretty sure
sums
it's
me
your
up
dad.
as a person, anyway. But yeah, just didn't want to be away from you. Now can't get a break. How did you know you were ready for kids? We didn't.
Ooh, yeah, I was gonna say. We thought we were.
Yeah. So we were trying for Lola, but I use the term trying loosely. And I also say this carefully because I am well aware that infertility,
I was gonna say be careful.
is a huge
Thing.
issue, and like causes so much pain for so many people. We've experienced it firsthand because we have a family member going through it, and
Friends.
friends, and it's just I'm always very careful when I talk about this, but we were incredibly lucky, and I fell pregnant with Lola the first month that we started trying, and we had only decided to start trying probably a week before that month. No, because I was on birth control
Well,
2-3 weeks before that month.
yeah, it sounds better.
And so I just assumed, because I'd been on birth control forever, it would take time.
Yeah, we definitely didn't expect it to happen that quickly.
No, I thought like at least a couple of months, like if we were
Incredibly
lucky.
that it did. But yeah, it kind of happened, and I was like,
and it happened quicker than we
yeah.
expected, and to be fair, we probably didn't talk about it enough beforehand. Like, we've talked about it multiple times over the years, but as in we didn't really...
What I want to know is until you have a child, like, you can know people with kids and you can hear their stories and you can see what it's like. Like, we lived with your sister when she had Elizabeth. And, like, I just feel like it's one of those things you never know until
you experience it.
you have the baby.
I think just because there was a period where we weren't actually sure if we wanted kids.
I was definitely down that street more than you were.
Yeah, I would say that because I'm very easily like overwhelmed, so it would stress me out. But deep down, I knew, like I just knew that I was meant to have at least one child. But I was kind of also, if it is just the two of us, then maybe that will be okay. But COVID definitely made us change our priorities up. And we realized how important family is and how much everything outside of it just is not
As
as
crucial as
important
we
to
thought
us.
it was.
Yeah, like everything that we do in our lives is
Family centric.
family orientated. Like, in hindsight, I fell pregnant at a time when I was probably the most anxious I've ever been in my entire life. I was a literal mess. And combine being a mess with pregnancy hormones and you get like, I was just like inconsolable. But everything happens for a reason, and going through everything that I went through made me the calmest and most rational I've ever been in my entire life.
Easily.
Not to say I don't still get overwhelmed and everything, but my anxiety rarely affects me anymore. How weird's that? I haven't thought about that.
Only when cars fly up the ramp and we're about to go down.
I'm not a good passenger. But my anxiety was something that was affecting our relationship every day. Before. Now, too busy to be anxious. I don't have time. How do you balance not losing your identity in motherhood? You could answer this because this would be parenthood as well. That is so hard.
You have to make time for you and allow. You've got to make time for yourself, and I guess it's even in the moments where you're feeling absolutely exhausted and you might have, for instance, clothes to wash, dishes to do. Like, that'll get done.
Yeah, you have to learn when to leave things alone, which I couldn't.
Just lie down.
I think
and sleep.
This was actually one of the hardest things for me, was constantly kind of looking in the mirror and being like, who the hell is that? And if I could go back and talk to that version of myself, what I would say is, you're supposed to lose yourself for a little bit. Like,
absolutely. Because it's all new.
Yeah, I think I was so hard on myself trying to get back to who I was. And this, I would say this to anyone who's expecting at the moment, or anyone who has a new baby. You're supposed to change.
Yeah,
like, becoming a parent changes you to the core. And that's not to say you don't grieve for the person you were, because you definitely do. You know what I mean? Like, you romanticize your life before having a baby when you're that tired. Because you think, remember when I had all this free time, remember when I did all those things, and remember when I could do, and when you think about it really.
My best example is right now, if you don't have kids, is I think about just the simple thing of going to the beach.
I know, without having to bring any crap.
Like, you can just go, you can take a towel and yourself and you're set.
Yeah, like, want to go for lunch? Sure, let's go.
When you have a child, I don't even want to ramble off the list because it hurts.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to change.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing.
You
become...
You can't be, like, easy breezy when you have kids. And for women especially, because the question was initially about motherhood, I would say...
Embrace.
Don't feel bad if you're grieving your life before you were a mum or before you were pregnant, because that is what's supposed to happen. That's just a natural part of it. And don't rush into trying to find your identity again, because whilst you might lose yourself for a month, a year, however long it may be, you'll find the newer version of yourself when you kind of come out from that bubble. Do you know what I mean? And it's just a time when, yes, you need to look after yourself and take care of yourself, but it is a time when your focus is on someone else, and that's how it's meant to be. Yeah, you have to be kind to yourself and know that eventually you'll be you again. Forever changed.
Better version.
But still you. That's what I would say. Oh, this is a good one to end on. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I'm the worst person to ask these sort of questions.
I'll answer for you.
Okay.
I was going to do your voice.
I want to be...
Yeah, a full raptor. I don't know. Why is that your accent? Why are you English?
You're an idiot.
I'll just do it in my voice. If I'm Josh in 5 years from now, I am still married to my incredible wife. And we live on a farm, smallish farm, in a smallish town, medium-sized town.
Not too small.
Yeah. And I have a Ford Raptor that I use daily for my farm duties. And I also have like a side hustle that's like remote work, probably your own business. So you don't have to have a boss. I'm not sure what it would be though.
Be nice.
I also live near a golf course. Plural. And just live my best life on the daily. I only have one child.
And a greyhound.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. One and done.
No, you answer it for me.
For you, do you know what you want?
I don't know what I want for dinner.
How am I supposed to... In 5 years, Mel wants to be
I can't make decisions, and it's just
on a
one step.
farm
I'm a
in
one
a
step at a time.
medium-sized town with a husband who has a Ford Raptor, has one kid and a greyhound,
Sure.
and definitely has her own business.
Oh yeah. I have to stop playing.
I don't know where
if
you want to be.
If you've been hearing this the whole time, I'm so sorry. I have ADHD. I can't sit still. I've sat still this whole time. I'm gonna answer it for myself and
I'm
put all
keen
of
to hear
the
this.
hard, tricky stuff out of the way and say that my aim is to be not in Sydney, I think, but still surrounded by family somehow.
FaceTime.
So everyone can move. No, everyone can move and help. Just, yeah, somewhere a little bit calmer, quieter. Everyone is healthy and wealthy.
Healthy and wealthy. Health is wealth.
Health is wealth. And wealth is health these days.
Tough one to answer, but.
It's like a job interview. Anything else you want to add? On the spot?
Don't. Do I want to add?
Can I just get it?
No,
I'll get it afterwards.
I'm related to the questions.
Yeah.
Think before you have children.
Oh my god, that sounds so bad. I'm cutting that out. Swear.
Okay.
I could make a collage of you sounding like an absolute.
Bell end. Just be nice.
Yeah, that's
Because-
a good one. Always be kind to others, no matter what, because you never know
Someone's going.
what
through.
they're going through, even if they look perfectly fine on the outside.
Like I'm running on 3 hours sleep.
Yeah, you wouldn't know, hey. And I use 10 kilos of concealer, so you also wouldn't know. Should this be a vlog or a separate Q&A? Let's just throw it in the vlog, shall we? I'm not editing twice.
It's a long vlog.
My vlogs are long. All of them, all 2 of them. I'm going to put it in the vlog. This is we're vlogging because this is, yeah.
This is a
It's a sit
typical
down.
example of Mel and her decision-making process.
Okay, we're going to go nap.
I'd like some feedback on my answers. I'm all for
Oh yeah, comment down
constructive
below
criticism.
if you think Josh comes across like a...
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Signing off. See you on the next one.
Bye.